Welcome. So excited to be sharing this information with you because it has been a long time coming and very, very needed. So like we like to say, something metabolic is here. So here it is. Today is the first day it's going to be available to you. When we went to our annual convention, we learned that there are a lot of things that are actually tied to your metabolic health. And as a nurse, I didn't even realize how many things were tied to our metabolic health. I'm thinking metabolism, heart rate, cardiovascular stuff, that kind of thing. I had no idea it's tied to, aging, how fast or how slow we age, what our skin is going to look like, our joints. It's also tied to our appetite, our blood sugar balance, and there's a lot of key things tied to how our blood sugar acts, reacts, and that kind of stuff. Our brain health, we've seen a really steep incline in Alzheimer's, dementia, and all kinds of other, brain disorders and memory dysfunction, and so it's also tied to that. I know Dr. Mark Hyman, he talks a lot about how Alzheimer's and dementia is like a type 3 of a blood sugar balance, like a type 3 diabetes type thing. And so, a lot of our cognitive function is tied to that. Our cardiovascular and lipid control. So if you struggle with, high cholesterol or low cholesterol, low is just as dangerous as high, those are all tied to metabolic health as well. Our energy level, our hair, skin, and nails, our immune function, how fast or how slow we metabolize, not only like our food, how we're converting our food to energy, but then also too, like how warm or how cold we are as well. Muscle performance, whether we're able to maintain muscle tone. And then of course, sleep is tied to it, our stress level, and of course, what I did know was it was tied to the weight, right? Looking at this big picture of how, our metabolic health is all tied together, moving forward, it's going to make a lot of sense, okay? So we had you take the questionnaire that are tied to how it is that you're doing currently. And here's some of the results. So with the results, we noticed that majority of us struggle with sleep, whether it be having sound sleep or being loud at sleeping. We struggle with motivation to exercise. We struggle feeling tired throughout the day, whether it's because of lack of sleep or because we ate something maybe that didn't agree with us so well, or has too many carbs, or we're having a hard time converting that fuel into energy. 100% of people said they struggle with food cravings, whether it's sometimes, often, or always. Pretty shocking, huh? 100% of people said the same thing about feeling forgetful. And 100% of people also said they struggled with bloating, indigestion, losing weight, and keeping it off. Pretty interesting, huh? You find those interesting?
No.
Yeah. Very much so. So when we were at the conference, one of the doctors mentioned that only about 6.8% of the United States adult population actually has optimal cardiometabolic health. That means there's only about roughly 7% of United States people walking around with good metabolic health. Isn't that crazy? So that's leaving about 93% of us that are not having optimal cardiometabolic health. Okay, so what would the value be of something natural that could address all these metabolically connected issues for you? What would that be worth to you? Think about having balance in all areas. So one of the participants in the study noticed, his name's Orion, he noticed he had better blood sugar balance. He measured that in his appetite, his energy, and his mood. He noticed he could eat more and push his fitness level to the next level and had more sustained energy. He could run double the distance he could prior to using the system. That's how he measured how well he was doing with it. His flexibility increased within the first week. He had faster recovery times at the gym. And he's a very outdoor sportsy kind of guy, and he's like in the 27-ish age range. And because of the extra energy expenditure, he noticed he was sleeping more sound at night. So he could do more during the day and then actually be rested more in the evening. And he also noticed a decrease overall in feelings of anxiousness and also an improved mood as well. So Jaden is my daughter, and within the first week on the system, she noticed her skin improving, the texture and the tone. Her hair felt thicker. She had better focus and mental clarity. Okay, this girl every day says she's going to get up and go to the gym, and she never goes. She started getting up at 4 a.m. to go to the gym. I was like shocked. I'm like, oh my goodness, this Metapower stuff's amazing. And she's noticed more definition in her muscles and lots of energy to get the projects done that she normally procrastinates about. Every day she says she's going to clean her room, and it never gets clean. It's actually clean. I'm like, whoa. You know, the only difference is the Metapower. It's pretty crazy. In less than a week, Jeff noticed less pain, more energy, and he also dropped 6 pounds. And it wasn't even a full week yet for him, which is pretty amazing. So this is a completely new, revolutionary 3-part system designed to naturally support your body's balanced metabolic systems. There's no other company in the world that has any kind of technology that's like this. It's first of its kind. So you can only get it through Doterra. I'm going to hand it over to Dawn. Dawn has been with Doterra for several years. She's been able to help so many people better their health and their overall lifestyle utilizing these precious essential oils. She took copious amounts of notes when we went to conference, and she is going to share a lot of the amazing highlights that she was able to jot down from our experience. So go ahead and take it away, Dawn.
I love taking notes. So I'm going to read from some of my notes. Whenever you go there, they just pack your brain with so much science behind it. But this is really exciting because it's a whole system that they put together that's meant to enhance what you're already doing. So it's not like a replacement for supplements or something that you just plug in and it changes everything. If you're trying to lose weight, it's going to help you double down on your efforts. If you're trying to get in shape, it'll help you double down on your efforts. It's like a booster to everything that you're already doing. So I thought that was pretty cool. And it's really simple. So I'm going to explain what's in each part of the system and talk a little bit about the ingredients and the science behind it. But I want to keep it really simple because it's simple to use. It's really step 1, step 2, and step 3, and I'll go over that at the end. But to go over each product individually, the first part of the system is called the Metabolic Blend. This is the oil that we're also familiar, well, a lot of us are familiar with using essential oils. This is the blend, and it's a blend of grapefruit peel, lemon peel, peppermint leaf, ginger root, and cinnamon bark. And for any of you that have been using Doterra for a while, you may recognize those ingredients, and this was really fascinating to me. The top uses are inhibiting fat cell maturation and stimulating healthy adipose cell reduction, curbing cravings and improving appetite control, supporting healthy insulin sensitivity, supporting healthy blood sugar response, balancing your body composition, supporting metabolic health and function, promote mindful eating, so you're paying attention more when you're using these products to what you're putting in your body, providing uplifting and stimulating aroma, and reaching weight management goals. So what I love about this is it is an essential oil blend, but depending on your preferences or what you're doing during the day, it comes in 4 different what's the word I'm looking for? 4 different delivery systems, I guess. You can add it to your water, put 2 to 5 drops in your water. You can put it in a veggie capsule under your tongue 3 times daily, 2 or 3 times daily, or you can diffuse it. It also comes in soft gels. So if you don't care for the taste or you just want a convenient way to carry it, you can put the soft gels in your purse, and all it is soft gels that contain the oil. the other option that's really awesome to put in your purse is the beadlets. So if any of you have the peppermint beadlets or the On Guard beadlets, same thing. It's like a tiny little droplet of, what was it, like a half a drop per beadlet in it. Throw those in your purse. Yeah, super easy and convenient. And they have a gum. So does anybody here ever use Slim and Sassy or heard about Slim and Sassy? A few of you. Yep. I know I loved Slim and Sassy. I always put it in my water. It really, really helped curb the cravings and kind of balance your appetite. And so one of the studies that they showed at convention, which I thought was really fascinating, they do a lot of clinical research on this stuff. It's not just word of mouth, hey, it worked for me. They do lots of research behind it. So they stained the fat. They had the participants in the studies take something that would stain the fat cells, and so they could see that the fat cells would turn red. Okay, so this is Nicole Stevens. She's one of their head scientists, and she talked about this trial, trial blend 1, and you can see the staining of the fat cells. So when we have sugar or energy, we're eating a lot of sugar and we're not using it, it's stored in our fat cell for later energy. And when we're eating too much sugar and not using it, it's stored as fat. So you can see this one has heavily stained fat cells. And this is a dose-dependent inhibition on one trial. And you can see the more dosage you took, the less red staining there was. So that product worked, right? Then they thought, well, if that one works, maybe we'll try adding other oils to that blend to enhance it a little bit. So here's the results of trial blend 2. You can see it was dose dependent. You had to use more of it and you did get some results, but it didn't really have the effect that they wanted it to. Adding more oils didn't really help the issue. So that was trial blend 2. Here's Metapower, trial blend 3. And you can see there's almost no storage of the fat cells on a dose. Yeah, so that was pretty cool to me how you could actually see their slides. This is the actual study, and this was Metapower. The interesting thing about this was that first dose, or that first blend that they used, was Slim and Sassy. So the Slim and Sassy is the dark red. You can see it going down with more dosage. But Metapower is the same exact oils that are in Slim and Sassy. They just changed the ratio of how many of each cinnamon and how much peppermint and how much, whatever the grapefruit was in it. And they got huge results. Look at the difference, even between Slim and Sassy and Metapower. So I thought that was fascinating. I love all the science behind it. So it really works, and it's really going to boost all of your efforts. Okay, so the next item is Metapower Metabolic Assist. So every time your glucose spikes, can you go back for 1 second?
Sure.
You age. So they talked a lot about your blood glucose levels spiking and lowering, and they compared it to a roller coaster. So it's that fight or flight, raising and lowering your cortisol. And when you're constantly going up and down in your diet, it causes a lot of oxidative stress on your system. And you have to get rid of that oxidation, because that's what makes you age and really puts wear and tear on your system. So think about going through your day on a roller coaster all day long. And that's what you're doing when you're intaking a lot of sugar and you're not controlling your glucose levels. And so this next product is called Metabolic Assist. And what this does is really help curb the carbs and slow those glycemic spikes. So this is mulberry leaf extract, berberine hydrochloride, and it's also got the Metapower blend in it. And so it's going to help smooth out those spikes. And they shared with us a study that they did of leveling out the up and down and making a big difference. And they're going to do more studies in the future, but those are going to be uploaded online so that we can see those soon. So it decreases the harmful effects of post-meal glucose spikes. It supports healthy insulin activity and sensitivity, helps maintain stable energy levels throughout the day, because when you're so unstable and going up and down, this really depletes your energy as well. And it helps regulate the need for energy production versus metabolism. And so all it is one little capsule. You take 15 to 30 minutes before your biggest meal or the meal with the most carbs, and that's it. So you could take it in the morning. If I've been eating oatmeal every morning, and that's kind of all carbs, so I just take it in the morning before I eat breakfast. But if dinner is your heaviest meal or your highest carb meal, you could take it at dinner. Pretty simple. Okay, and part 3, this is step 3 of the system. This is Metapower Advantage, and it's a collagen sachet powder that you just add to 6 to 8 ounces or 5 to 8 ounces of water and shake it up and drink it. It's super easy. It's a unique blend of proprietary sourced marine collagen, tripeptides plus health span complex, NMN. I'm going to say that slowly because it's not M&M, it's NMN. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a second. Resveratrol, sea buckthorn fruit extract to enhance results, depending on red orange fruit extract, I don't know, I can't say all these. Rose apple, individual needs and tolerance, fruit extract, and it also has the Metapower Blend in it, and NADH, liposomal vitamin C, and biotin. It's non-GMO, no sugar, no gluten, no dairy, artificial flavors or sweeteners, no soy, no nuts, and no emulsifiers, which is awesome. So the top uses are extending health span and slowing biological aging, targeting healthy metabolism, blood sugar, energy, and reverse the effects of metabolic aging. So it's building on everything else that you've been doing and then adding reversing effects of metabolic aging, which I think is really cool. Increasing cellular health, energy, and levels of NAD plus and NADH. More about that in a second. Strengthening connective tissues, bones, joints, and lean muscle. Enhancing athletic performance, energy, and recovery. Targeting cognition, normal brain aging, and capacity for quality sleep and restoration, hair, skin, and nails, skin density, elasticity, hydration, firmness, and moisture retention. Those are all things that we have when we're really young, right? Our skin looks great. It looks like it has a lot of moisture. It's not dry and shriveled. The brain fog is another big factor, normal brain aging. So I wanted to talk a little bit about this NMN and NAD. Okay, so a little bit about collagen first. The collagen is the most abundant protein in the body. There are 28 different types of collagens. It makes up bone, skin, nails, cartilage, and tendons, and production declines with age. So hold that thought, production declines with age. The reason that happens is because of NAD. So NAD is something that is in every single cell in our body. It keeps our longer. It's like it is the master molecule. It declines as we age. So as we get older, we have less NAD in our body and in our cells. It's necessary for life. If we have no NAD, we're dead. We're not alive. Cells use it for energy and for DNA repair. So a drop in your NAD is the actual aging process. So the NMN that's inside of this Metapower Advantage, the little sachet, is an outside source. Your body does not make it. It's a precursor to NAD, so it helps your body make NAD. It fuels the body and it helps improve levels of NAD, and it works in conjunction with resveratrol to accelerate it. So they did a study, and after 2 weeks of people in the study, this was just a small scale study, But after 2 weeks, they saw a 20% increase in NAD levels. So they get your cells to function like they're younger. So that's one of the reasons that this advantage is really groundbreaking. Okay, so how many of you guys have taken collagen before? Have any of you just raise your hands taking collagen? I was telling Dena last night, I have one of those giant collagen things from Costco. I think it's in the very back of my cabinet. I never use it. I forgot about it because it's so tall. So some of the things that set this apart from all the other collagens on the market is they all talk about how much collagen is in it, right? But they don't talk about the type of collagen that's in it. And most of them have one, maybe two different types of collagen. But the Doterra Collagen, the Advantage has, is it 9 different types? Type 1 is for skin beauty. Type 2 is for bone protection, maintaining components of cartilage. Type 4 is dermis and epidermis, malleability, elasticity, and resiliency. So that's your skin. Type 5 is to stabilize collagen 1 and 2. So it's building on the type 1 that you have. Type 6 is stabilizing muscle function, cell membranes, inhibiting cell apoptosis and oxidative stress. That's when that apoptosis is cell death. So it's inhibiting healthy cell death. Type, what is that? 9 is cartilage, growth plates, joints, and intervertebral discs. And then the next one is at 25, supports normal brain aging. So that's what's going to help your brain fog. The next one, COL1A2, supports elastic fiber information in connective tissue. And then the last one involved in cell growth and cell differentiation. It's got 9 different types of collagen, and it also is 12 times the absorption of the other collagens. And I'm not going to go into all the minutia of that. But okay, when you see the tripeptides in HealthSpan, those tripeptides are like pre-digested collagen. So they're broken down into tiny pieces so that you can absorb them, and also so that they survive the stomach acid. So kind of like our PB Assist, our probiotic, is proprietary, and that's because of the casing in it helps survive the stomach acid. Same with the Metapower Advantage, it survives that acid so that you can get all these benefits. Okay, so that's kind of a lot of science just to give you a background of why this works so well. And the testimonies at convention were amazing. And that also made me really excited to try this. But it's really, really easy to use, like I mentioned. So step 1, just to recap, is to use the essential oil blend just in some way throughout your day. So you might want to wake up and take a soft gel or put it in your water. And then as you go through the day, you'll have the beadlets in your purse or your sports bag, and you could take a beadlet before a meal or when you're feeling those cravings. And then I don't know if I mentioned the gum, but there's also a gum that you can take. So maybe you're a person who right before you go to bed, you get that, little ice cream craving. You could chew some gum or take a drink of water with it, or, pop a beadlet. Step 2 is just take 1 capsule of the Metapower Assist, and that's going to help you smooth out those blood sugar spikes, and take it before the largest meal of the day. If you're someone really struggling with this, you could take it before every meal, but it only requires 1 and for the biggest meal of the day. And then step 3, just take 1 of the sachets and put it in 5 to 8 ounces of water and chug it down. Super simple. One thing they did say that you could, if you are really on a strict goal and you want to make progress quickly, you can double up on the product. So you could take a couple sachets a day if you want. You could take a couple sachets a day, and you could take Metapower Assist before every meal. One other thing that they were emphasizing when they were talking about all the studies they were doing in the clinical trials is that all the safety markers were met. There were no safety issues on any of these. So I think that's important to note as well. Nobody had adverse effects that they spoke of at all. So.
Yeah, it was pretty remarkable, the studies. So I've been taking it for 2 weeks. Now a little background history. In 2019, I ended up having a emergency hysterectomy. After the hysterectomy, initially, I lost quite a bit of weight. But then 6 months after, the weight just started creeping on. And it didn't matter what I did. I did 75 hard, where you work out 2 times a day for 75 days in a row. I drank a gallon of water every single day. I ate clean, and I gained 12 pounds. So the scale has not moved easily for me in this last 2 years since I had that hysterectomy. But now, starting this, I've actually seen some results. So I'm so excited, because it gives me hope now, because before it felt like it didn't matter what I did, the scale wasn't going to move, but now it's moving. So it's so exciting. My clothes completely fit better. I'm sleeping completely solid through the night. I used to wake up in the middle of the night, go back to bed, but I'd still wake up. Now I'm solid. I lost 7 pounds and 9.5 inches in the first week. I was so impressed. The second week, I'm down 1 more pound, but I've been out of town eating things that I don't normally eat, celebrating my anniversary. So I'm pretty stoked that still I lost a pound through all that. I've also noticed a significant amount of swelling gone down. So my wrist used to swell a lot just from clicking on the mouse. And I sit a certain way, and I even hold my shoulder up a certain way. I've noticed that, like, my ring slides off. I had to take it off because it kept sliding off. I just feel less inflamed, which is huge. I just feel so much better on this program. It's been amazing. I'm like, was praying for something like this. I'm so excited that we actually got it, because it's given me some breakthroughs, and I hope and pray that it does for you as well. But we would love to customize, whatever it is that you're working on. We can customize a plan for you specifically to your needs. We're here to help you do that. So this core wise, we really want to work on nutrition and digestion first. And that's going to be your supplements, your lifelong vitality, your Terrazyme, and your PB Assist. And then adding Metapower into that regimen is going to help further support weight and metabolism as well. Now, if you're working on joints or skin, there's some other products that you may want to add to this regimen as well. And that's what we would love to help you with as well. We are going to be doing a 30-day challenge. There's going to be some prizes at the end of it. And first prize is going to be a full Metapower kit. Second prize is going to be a collagen pack. So you would get the pack of collagen. The third prize would be the Metapower Assist. And the winners are going to be chosen based on participation. So it's not going to be based on weight or anything like that. It'll be based on your participation within the study. How to win? You would check in with your accountability group, answer some questions. Did you use your product? Did you perform your movement for the day? Did you stick to your meal plan? Did you complete the daily text challenge from Doterra? And then weekly, we're going to have some weekly check-ins. You fill out the questionnaire, because we want to see what's improving so far week to week. The results are pretty significant right off the bat. And then you take your measurements to track on the sheet that you're going to get to see what all has come off as far as inches, inflammation, and that kind of thing. And then, create your meal plan for the week, and then show a comparison from the first to the fourth week with your pictures via check-ins and all that stuff. And like I said, winners will be chosen based on participation. This is available for you to purchase today. It just released today. Your investment and participation is only $179 plus tax and shipping, and that includes your Advantage, so the collagen, the soft gels, the beadlets, the oil, the Metapower Assist, and then also the gum. So you get all of that for $179 plus your tax and shipping. If you are adding in your lifelong vitality, you can add those in, and then you can add bonus your PB Assist and Terrazyme. Once you add the lifelong vitality, you get to buy these for $25 each, which is an additional savings because I think they're somewhere around like $30 or $40 each. So once you're ready to start, you're going to text GO to 386-457 on the first day that you start your Metapower, and that will actually trigger your daily check-ins with Doterra, your daily challenges and your daily check-ins. Okay. Those of you that already have an account with Doterra, you are able to go on and order right now if you'd like. I know some of you already got your stuff coming, which is so awesome.
Nice to see everybody. I know there's some of you I haven't seen for a while. Nice to see you. Thanks for hopping on.